Welcome, everyone, to the Truth and Freedom podcast, where awakening begins with asking the question most people are afraid to ask. I'm your host, Dr. Dan Amzallag, and this is not just another podcast. This is a journey into awareness, courage, and truth. Now, there comes a moment in every one person's life when something doesn't sit right anymore. It could be a belief you were raised with, a system you were told to trust, or even a habit you've carried for years. Suddenly, what once felt comfortable now feels a bit off. Now, in that moment, when you start to question what's been unquestioned, that's when truth begins to whisper. But questioning takes courage. It means standing in uncertainty. It means risking being wrong, misunderstood, or even alone for a while. Yet, this is where freedom begins, not in knowing all the answers, but in daring to ask the right questions. Now, you see, most of us are taught from a young age to follow the path that's already paved, to do what's expected, believe what's told, and accept what feels normal. But normal isn't always natural, and comfort isn't always truth. Now, when you begin to question, people might say, why can't you just go along with things? But that's not peace, that's compliance. And compliance can keep you stuck in a life that doesn't belong to you anymore. Questioning is not rebellion, it's self respect. It's saying to the world, I deserve to understand why I do what I do, why I feel how I feel, and why I believe what I believe. Now, it's the act of reclaiming your mind, the very place where your freedom lives. So ask yourself, why am I still holding onto things that no longer serve me? Why do I silence myself when I know something isn't right? Why do I keep choosing comfort over clarity or approval over authenticity? The truth is, when something feels off, it usually is. That discomfort you feel isn't rebellion, it's your intuition trying to get your attention. It's your higher self saying, there's more here, look closer. Now, we fear questioning because it shakes the foundation of what we think we know. But maybe that's the whole point, to shake loose the illusion we've built our lives upon. Because only when we falls away can the real begin to take root. In my years of helping people navigate their truth in therapy rooms, in relationship, and in their own self-talk, I've learned one thing. The people who find peace aren't the ones who have all the answers. They're the ones who stop pretending they do. They ask deeper questions, and they're not afraid of what's in their mind. They face their fear of failure, rejection, and loss head on because they know freedom is worth the discomfort. So ask yourself right now, what feels heavy in your life? What's something you keep saying yes to when every part of you wants to say no? Where have you been silencing your own truth just to keep the peace? Now, the truth might not always be comfortable, but it always sets you free. And freedom doesn't mean everything gets easier. It means you finally start living in alignment with what's real. There's power in saying, I don't know, but I'm willing to find out. That willingness opens doors that fear keeps closed. Because when you stop living by default and start living by design, everything else in your life will change. Now you begin to see how much of your life was built on autopilot, beliefs you inherited, patterns you repeated, fears you never questioned. But awareness gives you choice, and choice gives you freedom. Now, this week, I challenge you to start noticing. Notice where you stop questioning. Notice what you feel forced. Notice what drains your energy or makes you shrink. Then, instead of judging it, just get curious. Ask yourself, why am I tolerating this? Why am I afraid what would happen if I stop? Now, the answers won't always come easily. Sometimes they'll reveal part of yourself you've tried to avoid. But facing them is how you reclaim your power. Because when you face the truth, fear loses its grip. Now, remember one thing. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to move forward despite it. So keep questioning, keep digging, keep choosing awareness over autopilot. Because every single question you ask brings you closer to yourself. And the closer you get to yourself, the freer you become. Now, this is your journey and not anybody else. Not just to find a perfect life, but to live an honest one. Because truth is the foundation of freedom, and freedom is the essence of peace. So here's to the courage to question everything, even the things you thought you knew. Because your truth deserves to be heard, especially by you. Stay tuned for more truth at our next episode.